right now is Chuck Wicks, who I'm bringing on to be the musical expert here as we talk about the CMAs. They just announced the nominations. Chuck, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I was not nominated this year, but I'm doing great.
Hey, have you been nominated?
The only nomination I've ever gotten in my life was for a CMT award for Breakthrough Video of the Year, and I lost to Kelly Pickler.
What a joke.
Right? No, we love Kelly.
I know. I'm kidding. Chuck's on. Here's what we're going to do. The criteria are not who we want to win, but it's just if we had money and we had to bet, who do we think will win based on what we know about the voting system and the awards, okay?
Okay.
That way that gets us out of trouble with having to pick friends, because I would pick my friends in some of these even though I don't think they'll win, you know?
Right, even though they're not that good, right?
Yeah, even though they're terribly untalented. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with Entertainer of the Year. Let's start with a little clip from Eric Church. Here you go.
I'm having a record year.
Luke Combs, also in the mix there.
Just 'cause I'm leaving, it don't mean it.
Miranda Lambert. Carrie Underwood. And finally, Keith Urban.
I'm telling you, it don't need.
All right, Chuck Wicks, who do you think will win? Not who deserves it. I have to say this to myself. I'm not even talking to you. But who do you think will win the award?
I think it's long overdue. I think Eric Church is going to win this award.
Okay. I think Carrie wins because I think people felt like she got screwed over last year, and that is going to affect the vote this year. I think she Dan and shades this award, where people think she should have won last year, so they're like, oh, crap, we can't forget her this year. So that's my pick. Mike, are you keeping notes on these?
I'm keeping them here.
Because Chuck and I bet $1,000 on this.
Okay, I'll have all the notes.
Except unless I lose, and there was never a real bet.
Samesies.
Okay. Female vocalist, and we don't need all the clips on this one, but here is Miranda Lambert, Ashley McBride, Maren Morris, Casey Musgraves, and Carrie Underwood.
Wow. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Miranda Lambert because of Bluebird, because it went well for her.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miranda too. She is the voters, the critics' darling, and rightfully so in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Miranda as well. I don't think she'll win Entertainer, but I think she will win Female Vocalist. But it'll be weird because Carrie, I think, is going to win Entertainer even though she doesn't win Female Vocalist.
Which Entertainer is technically the big one anyway.
It is.
She'll be happy.
Yeah,
She'll be happy.
All right, let's go to Male Vocalist of the Year. Eric Church, Luke Combs, Thomas Rhett, Chris Stapleton, and Keith Urban. Male Vocalist of the Year.
Luke Combs. Luke Combs. Strong. That's a strong pick.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I'm leaving.
And I could definitely see where Luke Combs should win Entertainer of the Year because he had the biggest year. However, I think that he'll win Male Vocalist because people go, man, I can't give him Entertainer, but we should give him the second place award, which is Male Vocalist of the Year. Chris Stapleton is the guy he's got to beat, but I think he can do that, right?
Well, he came out with the song a little too late. You got to realize people are voting. Like Chris Stapleton just came out with a song, but all the votes were already in by then.
Yeah, but Chris Stapleton won like last year or the year before and didn't even put a music out. People just like to vote for. Yeah, people just like to vote for Stapleton, and I don't blame them. But yeah, it's like this year not included, but like Maddie and Tay would get nominated for duo, and they hadn't put music out in 2 years. So it's just sometimes the voting is weird. Okay, all right, but we're the same there. Song of the Year. Now this is a songwriter award. So, Bluebird from Miranda Lambert, written by Luke Dick, Natalie Hemby, and Miranda Lambert. That's number one.
Okay.
The Bones, Maren Morris, Jimmy Robbins, and Laura Veltz. Even Though I'm Leaving by Luke Combs. Songwriters, Luke Combs, Wyatt Durrett, and Ray Fulcher. I Hope You're Happy Now by Carly Pearce and Lee Bryce. Songwriters, Luke Combs, Randy Montana, Carly Pearce, and Jonathan Singleton. And finally, More Hearts Than Mine by Ingrid Andress, written by Ingrid, Sam Ellis, and Derek Sutherland. So Bluebird, The Bones, Even Though I'm Leaving, I Hope You're Happy Now, and More Hearts Than Mine. Go ahead.
This is definitely a tough one for me because a lot of friends in this category, a lot of songs that I'm like, preference to. I'm going to go with the Bones, though.
It's a good one. That's it.
Yep.
That's a good. I mean, there are 4 of these 5 that I can actually see winning. I really can't see I Hope You're Happy Now winning.
I was going to ask you, which one do you not see winning at all?
There's no way I Hope You're Happy Now wins. Good for them for being nominated. It just wasn't that big of a song. It was a number 1, but it wasn't like career defining for anyone.
And it took 2 people to get there.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm gonna go Ingrid Andress, More Hearts Than Mine, because that song was written from a perspective I've never heard in a song before.
Yeah.
Like, it's a love song, but it's a love song not between 2 people. It's a love song between. She's like, hey, if we break up, okay, well that sucks, but you're like hurting all my family too, and I'd never heard that in a song before.
That's true. I don't disagree with that. I say the Bones, though. The reason why I'm going the Bones is because it crossed over. It had a hit over in pop world as well. So huge song.
Yep. Again, and then you can argue Luke Combs because he's freaking Luke Combs, and that song's amazing. And then Bluebird by Miranda is her first number 1 in years. But I'm going Ingrid. You're going Maren Morris. All right.
Okay. All right.
We're now to the New Artist of the Year. You were never nominated for New Artist either, Chuck? What the crap?
No, I was actually really disappointed in that one. I Kelsey Ballerini that one. I would if Twitter was hot back then and like all that stuff, I would have been tweeting away. I'm like, why wasn't I nominated?
So,
but it's fine.
Do you remember the morning like you're waiting, knowing that the nominations were coming out?
Yes, it was Lady Antebellum, James Otto, and myself. We announced all the nominees.
Oh no, you announced them?
Yes, and guess what? James Otto was nominated. Lady A was nominated, so I'm like, I'm for sure going to get nominated. I was the only one on stage. I'm like, yeah, let's take a picture for all the nominees.
And you're like, they're like, everybody who got in nominations, take one step forward. All right. Chuck. No, that sucks. Okay, here we go. New Artist of the Year. Jimmy Allen, Ingrid Andress, Gabby Barrett, Carly Pierce, and Morgan Wallen. Now, what's interesting is Carly was up last year, too. So this is her second year in a row on being on New Artist of the Year. The rest are first-timers. Who do you got?
I have Morgan Wallen winning this one.
Why is that?
Because he's the only artist, I think, not even new artist. When Seven Summers came out, when I go for a run every day, I put on the top 50 streamed songs, right? Like, I'm like, what's hot right now? And he was up there with all the pop songs. Like, he was like number 3. And he did that. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a country artist do that.
Yeah. I mean, him and Luke Combs are the guys that have just separated themselves in the streaming world. Yeah. I'm picking Morgan Wallen, too, for the same reason that he's just separated himself from all those guys. I had great new artist years. Morgan Wallen had a great year for anybody in the format. Like, just an amazing year. And I'm also, and I think you may relate to this, is that I'm around country music so much, like the current country music is being made. I don't really gravitate to loving a whole lot of things because I'm right in the middle of it. But when I do, I'm like, man, this is so freaking good. And that's how I felt about Morgan Wallen stuff.
Yeah. Although Jimmy Allen did do a song with Nelly. That is kind of cool.
And Gabby Barrett did one with Charlie Puth. And he did Subway commercials. Come on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't think about that. All right. We're both going Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen.
We're pretty similar on most of these. We got a few more here. Let's do.
I'm going to change it up on purpose. Should I change it up on purpose going forward?
Vocal Group of the Year. We'll play some clips on this one.
All right.
Up first is Lady Antebellum. Oh, whoa, Lady A. Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
Oh, get it right.
I know.
What are they again?
No. We're going to have to edit. I just messed up. I'm apologizing.
Okay.
Lady A. There you go. Also up is Little Big Town. Midland is in the Vocal Group of the Year group.
Watching cigarettes burn out.
Old Dominion. And finally, Rascal Flatts. All right, Chuck Wicks, who's your pick for Vocal Group of the Year?
Okay. 2-part. Old Dominion's going to win. Old Dominion, hands down, is going to win. But really, Rascal Flatts needs to win because I feel like they're going to retire after this year, and if they win, I think it will keep them together. So I'm going to go with Rascal Flatts.
You think if they win, they go, well, guys, our 793 awards didn't really keep us together, but our 794th, I really feel like that's the thing.
Yeah, I think they had a rough year. I think everybody lost a lot of money this year, or either got fired or furloughed, and they were one of them. So I think Rascal Flatts should win the award so they stay together.
Okay. I'm also with you. I'm Old Dominion. This has been their award the last bunch of years. They just put out hit after hit after hit. Although they had to jump off their latest single. They're on a new single now. They had the really slow song that I love that Thomas and Matthew Ramsey wrote together. Remember what that was called, Mike?
Oh.
Some people do.
Some people do. Yeah, it was a little too slow, and I saw they were like, we got to, start bailing water on this, and they switched their singles up.
Oh, maybe they don't deserve it then.
That's right. Wait, pull it back. All right, just a few more here. Vocal duo of the year, we have Brooks and Dunn, Brothers Osborne, Dan and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, and Maddie and Tay. Prognostication, please, Mr. Wicks.
Dan and Shay. I mean, they're all great, obviously. Brooks and Dunn is the best ever. But Dan and Shay, because Shay, actually, speaking of Brooks and Dunn and Dan and Shay is the new Ronnie.
Go ahead.
Because if Ronnie Dunn was a solo artist to begin with, he would have won every male vocalist of the year. He's like one of the best singers ever.
To be fair,
Shay.
let me stop you for 1 second. Ronnie Dunn did try as a solo artist and failed.
After the fact.
Okay, go ahead.
So Shay is like that. Shay could win every male vocalist of the year. He's the best singer ever. So Dan and Shay and Dan Smyers, right? Mm-hmm. Dan is like a great producer. I mean, they're just a good act. Good act.
I agree. Dan and Shay have separated themselves cleanly from the rest. However, for what they do, and I know they don't have the streams or the crossover, and I'm picking Dan and Shay, but I understand why Brothers Osborne sneaks in and wins sometimes. Or they won a bunch of years in a row before Dan and Shay did, is that what they do is different, it's distinct, it's good, and although it may not get the mainstream country music love, like they have a passionate base, a fan base, and a critic base. And so Dan
they have a cool factor.
And the cool factor when they're not trying to be cool, right?
Right.
Because, some folks try to be cool, and sometimes it comes off cool, sometimes it doesn't. But those guys never try, yet they always seem to be super cool. Kind of like yourself, Chuck Wicks.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's see. We'll do two more of these. Album of the year, What You See Is What You Get, Luke Combs. Heartache Medication, John Party. Never Will, Ashley McBride. Old Dominion, or Wild Card, Miranda Lambert.
Jeez. I'm going to be honest. This is a tough one for me because I haven't listened to an entire album in a long time.
Well, luckily, your music opinion doesn't matter. You have to guess what the people's opinions that voted do.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
I feel like Luke Combs. Yeah, Luke Combs. I'm surprised Eric Church is not in this.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have a full record, does he? I mean, his new record's not out. Right now, there's only a few tracks out, and I didn't put one out last year at all.
Okay, Luke Combs, although Old Dominion did do a Cat album this year, which should be up for it.
The Meow Mix album didn't make it. I think it was right the 6th. Yeah, right at that line where they cut off the... Yeah. I'm going Luke Combs, too. It just did so much better than every other album in country music this year.
True.
Okay. And then finally, Single of the Year, which is the artist, not the songwriter award, but it's like the artist, the producer, the mix engineer. You have I Hope from Gabby Barrett, Beer Never Broke My Heart, Luke Combs, 10,000 Hours, Dan and Shay and Bieber, Bluebird, Miranda, and The Bones, Maren Morris. That's a tough one right there.
Real tough. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Let me go back. I think the industry is going to pick The Bones.
Wow. Okay. Good. I mean, the industry's going to pick Luke Combs, Beer Never Broke My Heart. I mean, I think Luke Combs probably comes away with 5 awards out of 6. I think the only one he doesn't win is Entertainer. And then with that, too, I feel like he might,
Can you imagine being Luke Combs right now? Like, he just got married. He's got 5, 6, 7 nominations, and he's got his own Crocs.
I know. I can't, and I hadn't thought about that last element of it until you brought it up. So
That's right.
Here's the thing about his Crocs, because I had some of them. They sent me some. The thing about Crocs when they're made specialty for folks, it's the same Croc. All they do is put the little nubbins on it.
Giblets, I think.
Yeah, because my dog ate all the what do you call it? Giblets?
Yeah.
My dog ate all the giblets off my Crocs, and they just like normal Crocs. They don't look like Luke Combs Crocs that my dog ate. They're just normal Crocs.
Do you wear them all the time?
Never.
You've never worn them once, like on purpose?
I will wear them if I need to walk in the backyard, but they're just Crocs. Generally, for me, those big ones aren't the kind of shoes. I like their flip flops, but I don't really like them with the holes in them.
What size shoe do you wear?
11.
Oh, I can fit in those.
Okay.
I'll take them. Yeah.
I thought he was going to send me one. I thought Chuck was going to go, listen, I got the shoe for you. I'm going to send it to you. You're going to love it. Instead, he's like, can I have them? Can I have them? We're pretty close to announcing Chuck's deal, right, Mike?
Yeah.
We won't do it right now because we'll bring Chuck up on the radio show to do that. But we're pretty close to announcing Chuck's deal. As you can see, I like to have him on so you guys can know just how freaking funny Chuck Wicks is. Anyway, thanks for coming on. You can follow Chuck on Instagram. Throw your name out there, Chuck.
At Chuck Wicks. Pretty simple.
Yeah. It is. Hey, I saw you at a softball game the other night. Were you watching one of your daughter's games?
Yeah, so I got 3 bonus daughters. 2 of them are in college, but one of them is 9 years old, and she's back. We were a little concerned, Bobby, because she said, I don't want to play softball anymore. And then the whole pandemic hit, and there was no softball. But then her best friend at her new school said, oh, my God, we should play softball together. And she said, yes. So we're like pumped. We're watching her. She's being athletic. She's doing her thing. We felt normal for a hot second. So it was good. It was good stuff.
When they play, because they're kids, are they? Because I wanted to play softball. This is a very selfish question. It's the only reason I asked about this because I'm very selfish. Is that I wanted to have a softball team here in town, and I thought I better not. I'm an adult man. I'm gonna have other adults out there who can't play because it just look bad. Even if we don't get sick, I feel like it'll just look bad for me to be running a team. And so I like that sports are playing. I think especially with kids who definitely have stronger immune systems. Are they doing anything while they play to cover their face, or are they just letting it rip?
They're letting it rip. They have signs around the complex because there's like 5 fields out there, and every single field was taken with, teams. So a lot of people were out there. They just had signs that say 6 feet apart. And I saw one person with a mask on. It was actually a kid, which I found interesting. She was walking with her mom. Her mom didn't have a mask on, but she did. And then there was no mask. I mean, and everybody kind of, I don't know, I think we're at a point now with everything that's going on is that we're more aware of things. So we just generally are just more careful about what we're doing.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I would go watch a softball game like you did as well. I mean, if it were, because again, you're outside, yeah. You're not having to be super close. But I bet you it's probably hard for you though to beat off all the autograph seekers. Like, how do you sit on the bleacher when everybody's trying to paparazzi you and get something signed,
You're right. All them softball moms are after me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ladies, my wife's right here, bun in the oven. Okay, we're pregnant. Can't touch this. All right.
There he is, Chuck Wicks. At Chuck Wicks. Chuck, I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you for being on the podcast.
You got it.
All right, see you, man.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's Bobby Bones. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and then go check it out. A lot of artists, a lot of songwriters, a lot of music. Welcome to the Bobbycast channel.